my channel. If you're new here, my name is Khaki. So I switched up my filming situation a little bit here. This is just a different wall in my office, and I thought it was a little more interesting than that weird, awkward, like, print that was just sitting here that basically all you saw was the words "killing you," which it's actually a Michael Sebin print. It says "killing you softly," but it's like kind of dark if you're just seeing that corner. Either way, I just decided, you know, to ditch it and switch it around. So today's video is going to be a, I don't know, much anticipated or whatever. Everybody's doing it on their channel right now, and I didn't do a favorites for November, and so my favorites for December will be my 2017 roundup of all of my very favorite things. I know that sounds like it's going to be a huge video, but actually I'm incredibly discerning, and so there are only a handful of things really sitting in front of me right now that made the cut. Also, did you guys like my mindfulness series? If you did, awesome. If you didn't, that's fine, it's over now, so you don't have to watch it, but we might do some more mindfulness videos on this channel coming up. If you guys have requests for that, leave those in comments below, or however you decide to contact me. And without further ado, guys, let's get into the annual 2017 favorites. I know everybody's always like, oh my god, I can't believe this, the end of 2017, where did the year go? Girl, I felt every second of this year. Like, 2017, from the very end of the year with Trump getting elected, all the way through the shenanigans and my personal journey, I have felt every freaking moment of this year. I don't want to necessarily take it for granted and say it was a bad year. It was not. In fact, I'll be revealing some really cool stuff for you guys soon, just showing you exactly how awesome my 2017 was. I am a very, very lucky bitch. But I think we can do better. Okay? Let's start with my surroundings. This is a big, beautiful new house that if you haven't watched the tour of it, I encourage you to do so. It's pretty exciting. I actually have an empty house tour and a full house tour. Then I have like a garden tour, and I need to update that. I got a request from somebody that wants to see how all of my little babies are doing in my garden, so that will be coming soon when it's not so stinking cold outside, because it's pretty miserable right now. But the amount of gratitude that I feel for the achievement that is these walls that I now own probably 10% of, according to the bank, is absolutely outrageous. The achievement of buying my own house is crazy, and I absolutely delight in it every day. Even taking Christmas with my boyfriend's family, and they have a really beautiful home, and, you know, all free food and free drinks and everything, just hospitality, you name it, it was just delightful. Still, coming back to my king-size bed and all my critters and my backyard and my double sinks and my 4 bedrooms is the greatest feeling in the world. I love this house with all of my heart, and it is definitely my tippy-top favorite for 2017. If I need to reiterate, 2017 did not suck. I got a new house, new teeth, and some more stuff again that I have to tell you guys about later, but I can't tell you yet, so stand by. Alright, now we're gonna get into the typical stuff. That was the sound of me pouring things out of a bag. We're gonna be talking about my favorite beauty products of 2017. If you guys have been watching my channel this whole time, these probably won't come as a big surprise to you, because I keep what I love. I tend to not fix what ain't broke, but I do like to try stuff. And a lot of what I try tends to be things that I've heard really great reviews about from other people, or things that I go particularly looking for, seeking because I have a specific need. However, I was absolutely so lucky this year to have been able to begin a beautiful partnership with a brand that I love, and their name is Glossier. I had never used a Glossier product before they tapped me for a partnership, and they just said, you know, you seem like the kind of person who would like our brand. My good friend Leanne had tried their stuff and loved it, and I had been meaning to try it for so long because it is such a skincare-oriented line that kind of created makeup on top of that, but really they center on taking care of your skin first and foremost, which is my philosophy too. And so the partnership was very natural. Not only that, I now have a measuring stick by which to measure every single partnership that I ever get in the future. It really spoiled me and made me realize this is how good it can be. And so I can weigh future brand relationships against the amazing relationship that I have with Glossier and know when I've got it good. That said, 3 Glossier products made my annual cut. These are products that I use every single day, that I swear by, that I have used things like them from other brands, and I just prefer the Glossier products. They are just game changers. The first one, honestly, we're starting with the best. You guys, Glossier Boy Brow, it is it. If you have hairs growing above your eyes, you can use Glossier Boy Brow for them. And it is a plumping sort of mousse. It's very whipped in texture. I use the brown shade. They have a blonde, a brown, and a dark, deep, maybe black, I'm not sure. And then they also have a clear. I've used the clear and I've used the brown. I prefer the brown. It is so forgiving. It is so effective. And it really does build volume for your brows. We all have our things that we lucked out in and the things that we didn't luck out in. Like, I have 5 hairs on my head. Didn't luck out there. Have to get real creative with that. But I did get lucky with the brow game. So you can use this after you fill in with a pencil. I do sometimes use a pencil as well and then fill in with these, but this is also a phenomenal grooming product for a no makeup day where you just want your eyebrows to look better than they naturally do, and it won't go anywhere, it won't smudge across your face, it won't run down your face or anything like that. It's an incredibly versatile, easy to wear product, and it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup. It just does its job and doesn't complain, and that is why I love it. The next Glossier product is the product actually that was their first new release after I became a rep, and so it is kind of near and dear to my heart, but also it just knocked my socks off. It is their Invisible Shield Daily Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 35, and it is the most lightweight sunscreen I have ever used, and it smells phenomenal. It comes in a little pump, and it's just a really easy, lightweight gel. It smells citrusy, nothing coconutty or anything like that, and it turns into just nothing. It's this really beautiful serum texture where you put it in your skin, you put it in your skin. You put it on your skin, it feels quenched, but it doesn't really do anything past that. Again, Glossier products are all about doing their job and nothing more, not complaining, not messing anything else up, and that is why I love them. And finally on the Glossier train here, if you have not tried Wowder, you need to try Wowder. I have seen YouTube beauty gurus, like established beauty gurus like Jackie Aina or Laura Lee or even Leanne or Tati or anybody. I have seen them try this product and watch the realization wash over them that this is a really different kind of product. They say, oh, well, it's gonna be something kind of velvety and it's gonna be, and then they put it on and they're like, this is awesome. This is like better than I expected it to be. And it is such an interesting product. It is a powder, even though it says Wowder, not a powder. It is a powder, but it's got this really interesting finish to it where it really warms up to your skin, blends right in, and I would say it cooperates incredibly well with a finishing spray. So you use this, it might look a touch powdery because it's powder, and so it's going to mattify to some degree, but if you hit it once you're done with everything, with your blush and your bronzer and your highlighter or whatever, and you hit it with a finishing spray, I use the Smashbox finishing spray, it just goes skin. Like, it's amazing. It never has that funny kind of like matte, like, I don't know, synthetic looking cakey texture or anything like that. It is wild, amazing stuff. I have a backup already, even though a little goes a long way on this stuff. I've had this for months and I'm not done with it. I use it every single day. And once again, if I can throw Glossier more accolades than I already have, they just don't make a product unless it's kind of a game changer. And this is a game changer if you're tired of that cakey, powdery flashback kind of thing. All right, next is my only drugstore item. And it is this brush. I will link to it below because I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Everything has kind of rubbed off of it if there was anything on there. But this is an EcoTools brush. At the drugstore, it'll probably run you about $8 on Amazon. You will have to order something with it because it is so cheap that they will not ship it to you unless you spend $25. So I suggest buying 8 of them. This is the softest brush for the money that I have ever found, and it is very densely packed. It is, I believe, natural. I'm pretty sure. I think it's natural. And I use it for bronzer, and then, well, I use a blushing bronzer. We'll get to that in a second. And then also for my highlighter, which I put all over my face. And it is the greatest at diffusing things. And also, I think there's something to be said for certain parts of your routine being just a pleasure. And putting this against your face is a pleasure. And so that is why I love this brush. It is my favorite, and I wish I had 12 of them, and I should probably get 12 of them because they're very inexpensive. I don't know what I'd use them for. You can put eyeshadow on with them. I don't know. But I have other EcoTools brushes, and they're fine, but this one is just really, like, out of the park. Love it. All right, speaking of blushing bronzer, I have one viewer who has commented that this has changed her life, too. She says she uses it every day, and I'm telling you guys, if you are fair-skinned and you don't get a really natural tan, but you need a really good go-between for your blush and your bronzer needs, this is the ticket. I think that Too Faced makes a lot of these kind of in different kind of cool and warm and neutral and different mixes of like pink, and some are more highlighty and blah, blah, blah. I kind of want to try the one that looks like a cherry pie, but this is the one that I've been working with. And this shouldn't be any stranger to people who have been watching my channel for a while. This is the Too Faced Pink Leopard. If you know something better, let me know. But until then, I'll be hitting pan over here on my Pink Leopard. This stuff's incredible. So you got your dark, and then you got your kind of medium tone, and then you got like this highlighter tone, sort of, and then you got like a little touch of like a bright pink. And I use this here brush, and I tap, tap, and then I just hit the back of my cheekbones with it, and it is just this like incredible, it's like airbrushing. It's so close to the way that my face would naturally flush or tan that it is so easy to work with. It never puts a stripe on my face. This is incredibly forgiving. So that's my piece on the Too Faced Pink Leopard. It's awesome. I definitely recommend it. Next, and guys, this is one of those products that I flipped on, okay? I almost made a video where it was like, these are the products that I panned initially and I'm actually flipping on, because there have been a lot of them where a lot of times it's just user error and I just don't really know what I'm doing going into it, and I'm like, I don't like this because I don't understand it. That does not apply to those, night curler things, the soft curlers that I tried. The amount of comments that I got from people being like, you did it wrong. I'm like, girl, you don't know. You weren't there. No, this is one that I actually did wrong. This is the Lancome Nuit et Jour, and it is a very beautiful, that's right, let's get an instant replay on that. I love the packaging. It is a beautiful, creamy, nude lipstick. I bought this immediately after I saw Lisa Eldridge use it on a model, and I was like, yes, yes, that is the nude that I need. That is the one that I want. And then I tried it and I was like, I got a dud. Mine's broken. I don't understand. It just looked real crazy and I couldn't get it to look right, and it looked like concealer, and I was like, what's happening? It turns out, lip liner, game changer. I know. When I was growing up, lip liner was this terrifying thing that my parents, hopefully not both of my parents, my mom wore and her friends wore. And we saw people in pictures, like models and stuff like that, that were wearing lip liner, and it was like, girl, you're wearing lip liner. Like, it was like contrasting with their lipstick. When I was in cosmetology school, I saw women get their lip liner tattooed on, like burgundy, and I was like, girl, that's your face. You just tattooed your face. But anyway, I was terrified of lip liner. Turns out, I know, I'm about to blow your mind, they make lip liner in a lot of colors. So you can get them in colors that are close to the color of your lips. And so that's what I did. Now I can wear all of my nude lipsticks. It's crazy. And now I wear most of them, but this one happens to be my favorite. And not for nothing, that is awesome. It's like a fidget spinner. Highly amusing. And finally, guys, as we're talking about concealer, game changer. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm not going to include Tarte Shape Tape because I didn't discover it in 2017. I was so late to that game that I discovered this in 2017. Tarte Shape Tape is a game changer because it mimics the look of natural skin. So I don't have to wear foundation with it. I'm not wearing a foundation right now. You can put this on top of your moisturizer or whatever, dabby dab dab, and then you can just put your powder on top and just continue on with your makeup routine. You don't have to even out your face or anything like that to get this to blend in. It just chills. It just kind of like blends right in, totally cooperates with everything else, and that is why I'm obsessed with it, and they will pry it from my cold dead hands. But if you're going to get it, which I highly suggest that you do if you have not already, I would say go to Ulta, get Matched, because it comes in so many shades that the likelihood that you would guess right off an internet swatch is pretty low. So let's move into some fashion favorites. I think that Madewell and Everlane have been killing the game for me this year. I've been purging my wardrobe lately of anything that just kind of overwhelmed me. I don't know what it was. It was like I flipped from wanting to wear a bunch of statement stuff to just wanting to dress simply every day. And I have found that Madewell and Everlane are the ones that make these really fantastic pieces that kind of stand the test of time. So on the Everlane tip, I don't have anything to show you. I'm going to do kind of an Everlane review on my channel where I kind of show what you can expect from certain pieces and certain sizes and how they look before you buy them. And if I have a referral code for them, I will stick it below. I think they do one. It might be like a $20 one, so check that out if you want to. But everything that I have ordered from them, from just the regular t-shirts to the button-downs to, I don't know, everything in between. I have a duffel from them and things like that. They just do such a great job. They don't put out a product that's superfluous, that's low quality, period. Speaking of Madewell, do you guys remember when I hauled these? These are a pair of gorgeous mules that, if you remember the story, I saw them on a model on their website before they came out, and I just started tweeting them. I was like, guys, where can I find these shoes? Where are they from? I was Googling everywhere. I'm a sleuth when it comes to online shopping, and I couldn't find them. And then they were like, well, you know, usually everything's available on our website. And I was like, you guys are not carrying these. And then like 2 days later, they released them. And the models were really broken in like this. And so when I bought mine, I was like, oh, they're really soft, and they're like, you know, gonna break in like wallet leather, but like I kind of hoped that they would. I didn't know if they would, and I'm so pleased with how they have broken in. They are so comfortable. I have to commute to downtown, park my car really far away from my office, and then walk to my office, and so I have had to retire a lot of shoes that are aesthetic more than they are comfortable, and I'm so happy that these have really stood up to that test. I don't get blisters from them, they're really comfortable, they stay on my feet, they're absolutely delightful, and I've heard rumblings that they're going to restock them, and if they do, I will buy another pair. If you buy these, if they do restock them and you do buy them, make sure you go half size up. That's all I have to say. The other Madewell piece that has just changed my life is these here jeans right chow. These are the high-rise slim boy jean, and they are high-rise, but they don't suffocate my organs. There's something that happens when you turn 30. You're just tired of your clothes clinging to your body. It just drives you crazy. I have a pair of Madewell jeans that are really high-waisted, and they're fine if I'm standing, but I'm not standing most of the time, and they're terrible when I'm sitting, and they make me want to die. That doesn't work for me, you know? Like, that's not a compromise I'm willing to make, and so I really only wear them when I'm having, like, my skinniest, most patient days. And for the most part, I wear these because they're incredibly flattering. They do come up really nice and high, and you can tuck stuff into them or just kind of wear stuff that's cropped over them, and they stay up somehow even though they're not tight. They're incredible. They're some kind of modern marvel of fashion. And these guys, if you do decide to buy them, because they do carry these pretty much perennially, they run big. So I usually wear 25. These are a 24, and they're still a little bit big. So do with that what you will. All right, final fashion favorite. I call these khaki ruins every holiday photo. These are my actual everyday glasses. These are what I'm wearing when I'm not on camera. And I don't wear them on camera for obvious reasons. They reflect all of my lights, but they are from Warby Parker, and I love them. I love them because they are ugly, but just the right amount of ugly. I saw Kendall Jenner wearing some like this, and I was in hot pursuit of them after that. These are actually a sunglasses frame, and then they just punched the lenses out for me and made them into prescription eyeglasses. And you can get that through their website if you do chat. You can't do it just through the order form. Trust me, I tried. It's a weird little merry-go-round. But if you just get on chat with them, they can do it for you. $145. They can turn any of the sunglass frames into optical frames. This is the Batten Large, and it is in rose gold, which is more of a gold tone than the bright gold. So it's not even really rosy, I don't think. It's just very gold. So I like them a lot. They go with all of my other gold things and my warm complexion. And I love them. Next are a couple books. Surprise! Not a surprise at all. Daring Greatly. If you have not read Daring Greatly, first, forgive yourself for not reading Daring Greatly. Now go read Daring Greatly. That's it. That's all I got for this, because I talk about it all the time. Read this book. Read it. Read it. Link below. Read it. And then The Untethered Soul. I started reading this because of Elise Broadham. She's kind of, you know, spiritual and woo-woo, and I appreciate that about her. And she just ranted and raved about this book, and so I bought it, and it is basically just like one long, lovely meditation on how to like work through all your bullshit, and it's just really nice. And I invite anybody who wants to read this to read it really slowly, because it's in this very simple language that kind of requires you to give some extra thought and attention to it. And so that is what I've been doing, is reading it very slowly, and I love it. And it's got this really adorable little horse running on a beach on the front, and who doesn't like that? Next! It's my tarot deck. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot. It is gorgeous and illustrated beautifully, if you are unfamiliar. And the tarot is my way of finding a starting point when I am journaling or meditating or doing yoga or having my daily practice of any kind like that. We don't always know what we want to think about, you know, and sometimes we can get overwhelmed with what we want to focus on. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and we really want to give that time to ourselves, but we don't know where to start. The tarot can be awesome for that. So it's just kind of like draw a card, read the interpretation. It does come with this amazing guidebook. I am not off book yet because there are a lot of cards here and they all have very deep, interesting meanings. I'm actually thinking about embarking on designing my own deck. What do you guys think of that? I think that could be fun. But in the meantime, yeah, I am really, really enjoying using this as a means of focusing my energy and deciding where I want to kind of like take my temperature that day. Sometimes you get a card that is a little deeper than where you're at that day, and what I always say to myself is like, I'm just not ready to receive this today, and I will just get another card, because sometimes, you know, the issues aren't what you want to think about that day. And they might exist in you, they might not. They might be something that is, you know, below the surface and you're just not there that day, and that's fine. At the end of the day, it's a deck of cards. So, it's not some witchy handing down of judgment from on high. That is my disclaimer about the tarot. And if you guys want to know more about the tarot and have any other questions, let me know. I can do a whole video on it. I think that that is it, you guys. You know, this may feel like a long video. It's felt like a long video for me because I had to film the second half of it twice. Technology! But there really aren't that many things here. I feel like this is a pretty condensed list because not that much stuff knocked my socks off this year, so I think we can do better. If you guys run across anything cool on social media or that's getting advertised to you or anything like that where you're like, hey, I think that might be cool, but I don't really want to spend the money just yet. I'd love to see someone review it and let me know whether I should buy it or not. Tell me, and I will do it. I have done it before, and it is so much fun for me. It is what I want to do. So tell me, message me, put it in a comment. I read all of your comments, the nice ones and the other ones. And guys, I super, super appreciate your interaction. I'm loving what has happened in 2017. We have grown so much, and 2018 is only going to hold more awesomeness. So if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up so that other people can find it. And if you are not subscribed, hi! And you would like to be subscribed and you've actually made it all the way to the end of this video, which means that you obviously are enjoying yourself, go ahead and hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you did. And guys, happy damn New Year. Hope your 2018 gets kicked off to a killer start, and I love you, and I will talk to you